Okay, we're gonna watch Emma display some cognitive dissonance and some blatant bias against men.
Yeah, so you know about circumcision?
I've heard of it, yes.
Yeah, so it's genital mutilation, right?
I guess in the technical sense.
Very dismissive. It's genital mutilation in the technical sense. It is the chopping off of genitals. Emma here considers female genitals of higher priority than male genitals. That is why female circumcision is obviously harm. Male circumcision is mutilation in the technical sense.
So overall, I mean, that does imply, I mean, that's a big deal. So,
Does
I mean, overall, I can say
circumcision
the net is
does
worse.
circumcision make sexual intercourse painful for men after that happens?
So this is what a lot of people do. They use the most extreme case of female circumcision and compare that to the least extreme form of male genital mutilation. In all actuality, the most common form of female circumcision is less invasive than male circumcision. It would involve a pinprick, a drop of blood, and in most cases, amputation of the clitoral hood, which is homogeneous to the foreskin in men. So to say that female circumcision every time completely reduces a woman's ability to feel sexual pleasure, this is disingenuous and dishonest.
I think that's not the only issue. I mean,
Then what is the issue?
in the moment when,
Because you know that for female
well, in the
circumcision,
moment,
which does happen in the world, the clitoris
It does happen. Male circumcision does happen in the world. Totally dismissive behavior.
is sometimes chopped off. Sorry to get a little graphic with you, Agnieszka. And the women's organs, reproductive, or like, I don't want to get too graphic here, but their pleasure center for sex is removed from their body through surgery, and then sex is incredibly painful. So there is really no analogy between male and female circumcision.
yeah, I mean, you never failed to complain about female genital mutilation in other third world countries. Meanwhile, your own country has this problem. Well, I mean,
I don't think it's a problem.
the reason this is you know,
Very dismissive behavior. Alright. Don't listen to women like this. She's displaying blatant sexism, and she's just not able to see harm against men as real. I wouldn't recommend using too much of your time debating people like this that just are hellbent on seeing female circumcision as more harmful than male circumcision simply by the adjective. Once they start displaying this dismissive behavior, just know that their cognitive dissonance is on full display, and getting through to them, no matter what your facts, no matter what your logic, it's not going to be very effective against cognitive dissonance.
I don't think circumcision, male genital mutilation is a problem, but female genital mutilation is a problem, correct?
Well, because one of the genital mutilations causes a lot of pain, and the other one makes it like a tiny bit less pleasurable to have sex, and it doesn't really have an effect on their lives.
That's I mean, we're going on to straight up bitch comment now. This is cunty territory we're moving into. This is how women can be very dismissive towards the genital mutilation of men while claiming that female circumcision is a blatant harm. There hasn't been a lot of studies that go into how circumcision affects male pleasure, and when they do, they have a lot of trouble with their colleagues. It seems like it is actually very difficult to study the sexual effects of circumcision on men. That's a very interesting point to look into more.
Well, I mean, well, first of all, it seems like you're minimizing the issue, and well, it does cause a lot of pain. First of all, in the moment when a baby is getting circumcised.
No, there was no need for that gesture. Emma should go and watch a circumcision being done before being so dismissive towards the pain that all male babies feel when they are circumcised. The anesthesia that is available for infants, it's not effective. Certainly not for genital surgery.
They do not give anesthesia to them. So
Agnieszka, are you circumcised?
no, I am from India. I'm not.
I am. I don't remember the pain because I don't remember the pain because I was an infant and I'm 27 years old and I've never had an issue with my penis regarding
So as long as you.
All right. So one of the most obvious effects of circumcision is the dismissiveness that circumcised men feel towards it. Look, men do remember the pain of circumcision, whether consciously or unconsciously. That's for their level of consciousness to determine. But the body keeps the score. We understand that for everything else, or at least we were coming to understand that, how the body keeps the score. Traumas build up in the body, even during infancy, but for some reason, society continues to have this blind eye towards circumcision and continues to suggest that that is the one thing that can happen to an infant and will have absolutely no effect on their behavior, consciousness, or memory.
So as long as So as long as a baby does not remember pain, so does that mean the harm is not a big deal? I mean, by that logic, raping a child is not bad either because it's not going to remember the pain either.
Context. I feel like it's a pretty remarkably different context.
Well, so do you also think that kicking a baby is not a big deal either because it's not going to feel the pain either, right?
So
they cannot address the point because circumcising a child is technically grape. It is, in the technical sense, as Emma would say, it is grape. That is why the point is dismissed so quickly and deflected.
So circumcision is not. Did you know that in the United States circumcision is not required by law?
This isn't a mic drop moment. It's not that circumcision is required or not required by law. It's that men are not protected from genital cutting. See, we see women as needed protection from genital cutting, and we give it to them.
Well, the fact that it is allowed at all is a problem.
Really?
And yeah, I mean, if female genital mutilation was not mandatory but was allowed, it would still be a problem, right?
I guess, but I would.
See, this is where the situation is readily seen for women, but it is justified any way possible for men. That is the difference of genital cutting. Men are more expendable than women. That is why all these mental gymnastics are done to see genital cutting of men and women differently.
Would not say that this is okay. Go on.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it does cause a lot of pain. I mean, they're skinning alive a child's genitals, and it's not even under anesthesia.
Okay. Let's just say, sure, we'll agree on this. Outlaw circumcision in the United States. Now, what is another example of male discrimination in this country?
Well, the dismissiveness towards male issues. Circumcision is the most blatant way this is highlighted. I mean, circumcision highlights most issues affecting men. The dismissiveness towards issues that they face. And for a man to speak up about circumcision, he is shamed and shut down and silenced. That's what happens with a man speaking about any issue affecting men.
Well, I mean, the point is that this is a big deal. So, I mean, overall, I think I would disagree on the last the main point you said last time that well, overall, the women have it worse.
Okay,
Do you
so
agree?
because of circumcision of babies with penises, which they don't really remember, and then in some ways has hygiene benefits, but you know, if you want to make it outlaw, if you don't agree with it, that's okay. What else is?
I mean, the hygiene benefits have all been debunked. It's new studies are coming out now rapidly that show how exaggerated all of the hygiene and STD preventative properties of circumcision have been. There have been straight up fraudulent methods to get certain numbers, like a 60% HIV transmission reduction. It's really more like a 0.6 relative risk reduction that is advertised as a 60% risk reduction. There is so much flawed science that is perpetually spread as fact.
Is another
Just because
example of male discrimination in this country.
Well, I mean,
So there-
how much is enough for you?
I would like another example because there's there are plenty of medical discrimination elements in that women literally face as adults, including right now the right to an abortion has been made illegal in this country in many states.
Well, I mean, yeah, you mentioned it earlier, and I'm saying this again, that despite abortion, keeping this circumcision thing in mind, overall, the net is against men. I mean, torturing someone is worse than not getting an abortion, right?
You're calling
Especially a baby.
circumcision torturing the baby?
Well, it is skinning the baby's genitals. This is the dismissiveness that makes people not want to debate it. I mean, people bring up the fact of the matter. I don't think she would have a hard time calling circumcision torturing the baby after seeing a circumcision being done.
Do you even? I don't think you're aware what circumcision is.
I'm aware.
Yeah. So I mean,
So
I
you
don't
did-
know if I.
Wait, hold on
if
one
I
sec,
can
really
say
quick.
what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
Circumcision is not
Yeah.
mandated in this country.
Yeah, it's not. You don't. It's a.
There's no laws against it, and there's no laws in favor of
I've
it.
already told you.
But there's
I've
laws in
already told you.
favor
I mean, if
of
female
banning
genital,
abortion.
if female genital mutilation was not mandatory, but it was allowed, they were allowed. People were allowed to make a choice. It
Dude,
would
I've
still
already
be a
conceded the
problem,
point
right?
that in a society, like if you want to ban circumcision, I don't really care because I don't really think it's an issue that has any effect on society. Let's do that. Come up with another example.
Okay, that reaction right there that she had, the dismissiveness towards the issue, the dismissiveness towards men, that is the effect circumcision has on society. We could talk about, the violent nature of the United States of America compared to other non-genital cutting cultures. That could be a point to make too.
I mean, that's well, that's all I can think of, and I mean, I don't.
Got
I
it.
don't
All
think
right,
what
have a nice
you're-
day. Bye.